Greenland unfolds like a white continent between two frigid worlds. It appears silent, immense, and almost beyond human scale. At first glance, it seems a land surrendered only to ice. But Greenland is neither empty nor still. Here, the ice moves, the wind rights, and, currents carry decisions northward. What appears lifeless is part of a system already in motion. The surface conceals movement, pressure, and narrow windows of survival. Life doesn't spread easily here. It gathers at the edges. Along fjords, coastlines, meltwater, and fractured ice, the system breathes. Greenland doesn't display abundance like warmer worlds. It safeguards life at its thinnest margins and its shifting borders. This is Greenland, not a dead land, but a cold, living engine. From the pale immensity of Greenland, the ice sheet appears almost motionless, a white shield stretched over the island's heart. Yet this frozen cover is also an archive formed layer upon layer by ancient snowfalls and lost climates. Within that thickness lies a record that the sky once held in plain sight. Tiny bubbles trapped in the ice preserve fragments of past atmospheres, allowing the sheet to store changes in temperature, ash, and the rhythms of ancient seasons. But here, memory is not sealed in perfect stillness. Beneath its enormous weight, the ice deforms and flows from the high interior, transforming what appears to be a fixed white plateau into a geological machine that is always moving toward the sea, season after season. On the surface, fractures open in sudden blue lines and deeper cracks cut through the ice sheet where tension is concentrated. These breaks are not defects in a static mass. They are visible signs of pressure redistributed in ice that is already moving. At the margins, that movement sharpens and becomes glaciers, long rivers of compressed snow and ancient ice that drain into fjords and coastal waters. What began as silent accumulation inland becomes constant transport as it reaches the edge. Some of that discharge ends in carving fronts where glaciers touch the ocean and break into drifting icebergs with distant sounds of collapse. It may seem sudden, but it expresses a deeper transfer of ice, mass, and fracture. The wind reinforces the illusion of stillness by sweeping the upper snow away to a smooth whiteness, obscuring the underlying mechanics. But beneath that clean skin, meltwater, tension, slope, and basal slippage continue to readjust the ice sheet without a true pause. That's what gives the Greenland ice sheet on screen so much tension. The eye sees calm, scale, and empty light, while the system below continues to crack, drain, and displace mass through a body the size of an island. It appears motionless only because of its temporal scale. And because ice remembers as it moves, Greenland becomes both archive and actor. It preserves the history of colder skies and then delivers it to the sea through glaciers and icebergs, linking ancient snowfalls with shifting coastlines, currents, and polar waters. Thus, the ice sheet is more than a frozen covering. It is a layered climatic record, a moving roof over buried ground, and a machine that never truly rests. Beneath the tranquil surface, Greenland is already moving, carrying memory and mass toward the sea. From the slow melting of the ice sheet, Greenland opens into fjords, deep inlets carved by ancient glaciers and now filled with cold seawater. Steep walls rise like stone gates as icebergs advance in slow procession. These fjords do more than frame the coastline. Their depth, shape, and narrow mouths guide how the fresh water from the melt meets the dense, salty water of the open ocean, creating a layered circulation that moves heat, oxygen, and nutrients. Where the cold, salty water sinks and other layers rise to replace it, Greenland's coastal seas begin to function like living ribbons. On the surface, the change is subtle, but below, it helps to lift nutrients to areas where sunlight triggers production. That's why the fjord isn't just beautiful. It functions as a survival map, a place where topography determines which waters mix, where plankton blooms gather, and where energy concentrates enough to attract fish, birds, and larger predators. Along these steep marine corridors, capelin, cod, and other forage species precisely follow the productive water, turning narrow inlets into feeding routes. What appears to be empty depth is often a path carved by ice and